Navigating the Labyrinth of Female Dynamics, a Stoic guide to emotional mastery. Have you ever felt the sting of being ghosted, the confusion of mixed signals, or the frustration of being kept in emotional limbo? It's a scenario many men have faced, leaving them questioning their worth and sanity. In the complex world of dating and relationships, understanding and navigating female dynamics can feel like traversing a minefield. It's easy to feel like a pawn in a game with rules you don't understand. However, it's not your fault that these dynamics exist, but it is your responsibility to learn how to navigate them. The secret lies not in manipulation or control, but in mastering yourself, in cultivating an inner strength that transcends the emotional roller coaster. This journey is about becoming the calm in the storm, the unshakable man who refuses to be controlled by external forces. This exploration will delve into 10 powerful, Stoic-inspired strategies to navigate these complexities, not to outsmart women in a manipulative sense, but to master yourself, foster genuine connections, and ultimately, take control of your emotional well-being. The why behind the game. Understanding the underlying dynamics. Before diving into the how, it's essential to understand the why. Why do women sometimes engage in behaviors that seem confusing, contradictory, or even hurtful? Why the ghosting, the breadcrumbing, the hot and cold routine? It's easy to jump to negative conclusions, to label all women as manipulative or malicious. However, the reality is often more nuanced. At their core, many of these behaviors stem from a subconscious desire to assess a man's emotional strength and stability. They are, in essence, tests. Are they seeing if they can control or manipulate you and make you doubt yourself? If they succeed, they will lose respect for you, and you'll be left chasing after them desperate for validation. It is important to understand the dynamics that women play and how it works. These tests aren't necessarily malicious or intentional. They're often deeply ingrained social and psychological patterns. A woman might unconsciously test a man's reaction to pressure, his ability to handle uncertainty, or his overall sense of self-worth. These tests aren't about finding flaws, but about gauging compatibility and security. A woman is assessing whether a man possesses the qualities that make him a reliable, stable partner. This isn't an excuse for hurtful behavior, but it does provide context. Instead of viewing these dynamics as personal attacks, recognize them as opportunities to demonstrate your inner strength and resilience. The key is to avoid falling into the trap of reactivity. Instead of becoming a puppet on her emotional strings, strive to become the master of your own emotions, guided by principles of Stoicism. Stoicism as a framework, embracing inner strength and emotional regulation. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, offers a powerful framework for navigating the challenges of modern relationships. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in accordance with nature. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and to accept what we cannot, the actions and opinions of others. Applying Stoic principles to relationships allows us to cultivate emotional resilience, detachment, and a profound sense of inner peace. It's about understanding that external events, including the behavior of others, do not have the power to define our happiness or self-worth. The goal isn't to become emotionless robots, but to develop the ability to observe our emotions without being controlled by them. It's about recognizing that we have a choice in how we respond to any given situation. Through Stoicism, you will learn how to remain calm, collected, and in control no matter what game she tries to pull. This isn't just about winning with women, it's about taking control of your life. It's about refusing to be emotionally manipulated and standing tall as a man who knows his worth. With this framework in mind, let's explore 10 Stoic strategies that can transform the way you approach relationships. 1. Emotional detachment, the foundation of inner peace. The first and perhaps most crucial strategy is emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold, uncaring, or indifferent. It means liberating yourself from the tyranny of your emotions. Emotional detachment is not about suppressing or denying your feelings, but about understanding that your emotions do not define you. It's about recognizing that you are not your feelings, but rather the observer of your feelings. Most guys freak out when a woman pulls away or starts acting cold. They become anxious, start overthinking, and try to fix the situation. But here's the truth. Women are testing you. They want to see how easily you crumble under pressure. And when you chase after them, desperate for their attention, you fail the test. Instead, you need to remain emotionally detached. When a woman pulls away, acts distant, or sends mixed signals, the natural tendency is to react. Anxiety, fear, and a desperate need for validation can bubble to the surface. The urge to fix the situation, to chase after her attention, becomes overwhelming. However, this is precisely the trap you must avoid. Chasing after someone who is pulling away only reinforces the behavior. It signals that you are insecure, needy, and easily manipulated. Women are drawn to men who can remain composed in any situation because it shows strength. And strength, my friend, is what makes you irresistible. Emotional detachment allows you to respond with clarity and composure, rather than react with fear and desperation. Practice the following techniques to cultivate emotional detachment. Acknowledge your emotions. The first step is to simply acknowledge what you're feeling. Name the emotion, fear, anxiety, sadness, anger, without judgment. Observe your thoughts. Notice the thoughts that are fueling your emotions. Are you telling yourself stories about abandonment, rejection, or failure? Challenge your assumptions. Are your thoughts based on facts or assumptions? Are you jumping to conclusions without sufficient evidence? Reframe your perspective. Can you view the situation from a different angle? Is it possible that her behavior has nothing to do with you? Focus on what you can control. Instead of obsessing over her actions, focus on your own thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Practice mindfulness. Engage in activities that ground you in the present moment, such as meditation, deep breathing, or spending time in nature. Cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend in a similar situation. By practicing emotional detachment, you create space between yourself and your emotions. This allows you to respond to challenging situations with greater clarity, wisdom, and self-control. Whether she's texting you every 5 minutes or ghosting you for a week, your emotional state needs to stay the same. You are calm. You are centered. You're not swayed by her games. The more you practice emotional detachment, the more attractive you become. 2. Recognizing behavioral patterns. Decoding the unspoken language. Women are creatures of habit, and once you start paying attention, you'll notice patterns in their behavior that you didn't see before. Why is this important? Because patterns reveal intent. And once you see the pattern, the game becomes predictable. And when something is predictable, you can easily outsmart it. Just like a detective piecing together clues to solve a case, recognizing behavioral patterns in women allows you to understand their underlying motivations and intentions. It's about becoming a keen observer of human behavior, noticing subtle cues and recurring trends that might otherwise go unnoticed. Once you understand the patterns, you can decipher the hidden messages and navigate the situation with greater awareness. Let's break down one of the most common patterns you'll see: hot and cold behavior. One day, she's texting you nonstop, saying how amazing you are, hinting at future plans together. The next day, nothing. Crickets. She's suddenly busy, distant, or acting like she doesn't care. It's maddening, right? This is the classic push-pull strategy. Women do this to see if they can get you to chase. If you fall for it and start blowing up her phone, asking, "Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong?" You're playing right into her hands. This pattern is designed to test your emotional stability and your reaction to uncertainty. A woman wants to see if she can elicit a reaction from you, to gauge your level of neediness and insecurity. If you react with anxiety and clinginess, you reinforce the behavior and signal that you are easily manipulated. Another pattern to watch for is the breadcrumbing technique. This is when she gives you just enough attention to keep you interested, but never fully commits. You might get a flirty text here and there, or she'll agree to hang out sometime. But when it comes time to make real plans, she's nowhere to be found. This is a game designed to keep you on the hook, investing your time and energy without getting any real commitment in return. Here's what you need to do. Recognize that this is a test of your emotional control. She wants to see if she can get a reaction out of you. Most guys fail this test because they panic and chase harder. But you're not most guys. You're going to stay calm, composed, and let her come to you. When you don't react to her hot and cold behavior, you flip the script. Suddenly, she's the one chasing you, wondering why you didn't fall for her game. To recognize behavioral patterns, pay attention to the following. Consistency. Is her behavior consistent over time, or does it fluctuate wildly? Triggers. What events or situations seem to trigger certain behaviors? Reactions. How does she react to your actions and responses? Verbal and nonverbal cues. Pay attention to her body language, tone of voice, and choice of words. Context. Consider the context in which the behavior occurs. Is it consistent with her personality and values? Intuition. Trust your gut instinct. If something feels off, it probably is. Understanding these patterns allows you to detach emotionally and respond strategically. For example, with breadcrumbing, you call it out without anger and without emotional investment. You say something like, "Look, I'm not here for half-hearted attention. If you're not interested in spending time together, that's fine, but I'm not going to wait around for you." You're not angry, you're not emotional, and most importantly, you're not chasing. By doing this, you make it clear that you have standards and you're not willing to settle for less than you deserve. By recognizing and understanding these patterns, you can avoid emotional traps and respond in a way that protects your self-respect and promotes healthy communication. 3. Setting boundaries early. Commanding respect and defining your value. Setting boundaries isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about commanding respect. And here's the harsh truth. If you don't set boundaries early in the relationship, you're signaling to her that it's okay to walk all over you. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define what you are and are not willing to accept in a relationship. They are essential for maintaining your self-respect, protecting your emotional well-being, and fostering healthy communication. Most guys are afraid to set boundaries because they think it'll scare women away. But let me tell you something, women crave boundaries. Why? Because boundaries show that you respect yourself, and a man who respects himself is a man who others will respect too. Without clear boundaries, you risk becoming a doormat, constantly catering to her needs and desires at the expense of your own. This can lead to resentment, frustration, and a gradual erosion of your self-worth. Boundaries are not about controlling or manipulating her behavior. They are about communicating your needs and expectations in a clear, assertive manner. They are about defining what you need to feel respected, valued, and safe in the relationship. Boundaries create a sense of safety and predictability. They allow her to understand where you stand, what you expect, and what you are not willing to tolerate. This can actually strengthen the relationship by fostering trust, respect, and mutual understanding. So how do you set boundaries without coming across as controlling or insecure? First, understand that boundaries are about your well-being. It's not about telling her what she can or can't do. It's about communicating what you need to feel respected in the relationship. Here's how it plays out. "Hey, I've noticed you've been canceling a lot lately, and I value consistency. If you're not interested in making plans work, that's fine, but I'm not okay with this back and forth." You're not attacking her. You're not accusing her. You're simply stating your boundary. Some examples of boundaries include time and availability. "I'm happy to spend time with you, but I need some time to myself as well." Communication. "I prefer to communicate in person or on the phone, rather than through text messages." Respectful behavior. "I expect to be treated with respect, even when we disagree." Emotional labor. "I'm happy to support you emotionally, but I need you to support me as well." Physical intimacy. "I'm only comfortable with physical intimacy when I feel emotionally connected to you." When you communicate boundaries from a place of self-respect, it forces her to either step up and respect you, or she'll move on. Either way, you win because you've protected your emotional energy. You are not demanding, aggressive, or controlling. You are simply stating your needs and expectations in a calm, assertive manner. When you set and enforce your boundaries, you send a clear message that you value yourself and your well-being. This can actually make you more attractive to her, as it signals that you are a confident, self-respecting man. 4. Staying calm under pressure. The unshakable foundation of strength. When it comes to mind games, nothing is more powerful than staying calm under pressure. Women often test men to see if they can make them lose their cool. They'll bring up their ex, flirt with other guys, or even make passive-aggressive comments to see how you'll react. It's a classic move designed to provoke you emotionally, and most men take the bait. But not you. You're going to handle these situations like a stoic. When she starts pushing your buttons, you're going to remain calm, composed, and completely unbothered. Emotional reactivity is a sign of weakness. It signals that you are easily manipulated, that your emotions are dictating your behavior. This is precisely what a woman is testing for. She wants to see if she can provoke you, to gauge your level of emotional control and stability. When you refuse to react, it disarms her completely. She expects you to blow up, to get jealous, or to start arguing. But when you remain calm, you send a clear message. You can't control me. Remaining calm under pressure is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about acknowledging them, understanding them, and choosing how to respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you react to any given situation. A Stoic doesn't deny his emotions, but he doesn't allow them to control him. Let's say she brings up her ex during a conversation, saying something like, "My ex used to take me to this amazing restaurant," or "I had so much fun with my ex last summer." She's trying to get a rise out of you. She's trying to make you feel insecure or jealous. Most guys would react with something like, "I don't want to hear about your ex," or "Why are you still thinking about him?" But not you. You're going to stay calm and respond with something like, "That's cool. I'm sure he was a great guy." You don't give her the reaction she's looking for, and that makes you unpredictable. Here's another scenario. She's flirting with another guy in front of you, maybe even in a group setting. Most guys would start fuming, either trying to outdo the other guy or get angry at her for disrespecting them. But a Stoic man remains calm, even if it stings a little inside. You don't engage in competition. You simply observe and let her see that you're not threatened. If she's doing this to get attention from you, your calmness will make her wonder why you're not reacting, and that's when the power shifts back to you. To cultivate calmness under pressure, try the following. Practice mindfulness. Engage in activities that ground you in the present moment, such as meditation or deep breathing. Challenge your thoughts. When you feel triggered, challenge the thoughts that are fueling your emotions. Are they based on facts or assumptions? Reframe your perspective. Can you view the situation from a different angle? Is it possible that her behavior has nothing to do with you? Focus on your breath. When you feel your heart racing, take slow, deep breaths. This can help to calm your nervous system. Visualize success. Imagine yourself handling the situation with calmness and composure. Accept what you cannot control. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, feelings, and behavior, and accept what you cannot, her actions and opinions. When you stay calm under pressure, you show her that you're not easily shaken, and that makes you incredibly attractive. The key here is to never let your emotions control your actions. 5. Focusing on long-term goals, the power of purpose. A lot of guys lose their way in relationships because they're too focused on immediate gratification. They want the validation of her affection, the high of her attention, or the quick fix of resolving a conflict. But Stoicism teaches us to play the long game. When you focus on your long-term goals, you stop obsessing over the day-to-day drama of a relationship. This shift in mindset does two things. First, it makes you less emotionally reactive because you're not putting all your emotional eggs in the basket of a woman's attention. And second, it makes you more attractive because you're a man on a mission, and nothing is more attractive to women than a man with purpose. When you are grounded in your values, working towards your goals, and living a meaningful life, you become less dependent on external validation, less reactive to fleeting emotions, and less susceptible to manipulative tactics. You have a sense of purpose that transcends the ups and downs of any particular relationship. Think about it this way. If you're building a successful career, working on your fitness, and striving for personal growth, Do you really have time to get caught up in petty mind games? Of course not. You have bigger things on your plate. A man who is focused on his long-term goals is less likely to be swayed by emotional manipulation. He knows what he wants, he knows where he's going, and he's not going to let anyone distract him from his path. Let's say you've been seeing a woman for a few weeks, and everything's going well. Then, out of nowhere, she starts pulling back, texting less, making fewer plans, and generally acting distant. Most guys would panic, overthink, and start trying to fix the situation. They get anxious, start chasing harder, and make the classic mistake of becoming too available. But a man who's focused on his long-term goals doesn't flinch. Why? Because he knows that his life isn't defined by whether or not this woman is giving him attention. He's busy building his empire, improving himself, and working toward his goals. If she wants to be a part of that journey, great. If not, he's not going to lose sleep over it. To cultivate a long-term focus, consider the following. Identify your values. What is most important to you in life? What do you stand for? Set meaningful goals. What do you want to achieve in your career, relationships, health, and personal growth? Create a plan of action. How will you achieve your goals? What steps do you need to take? Prioritize your time and energy. Focus on activities that align with your values and goals. Embrace challenges as opportunities. View obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. Celebrate your progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements along the way. Stay committed to your path. Don't let setbacks or distractions derail you from your long-term goals. When you focus on your long-term goals, you naturally become more emotionally independent. You stop needing validation from her because you're getting validation from your progress, your accomplishments, and your growth. And here's the kicker. When she sees that you're not chasing her or getting caught up in the drama, she'll be drawn to you even more. Why? Because you're different. You're not the guy who's waiting around for her to text back. You're the guy who's too busy building his life to care about petty games. This isn't about ignoring her or neglecting the relationship. It's about maintaining a healthy sense of self, pursuing your passions, and living a life that is fulfilling and meaningful, regardless of your relationship status. 6. Avoiding emotional retaliation. Rising above the cycle of tit for tat. One of the biggest mistakes guys make when dealing with women's games is retaliating emotionally. She does something to hurt you or make you jealous, and your first instinct is to get even. Maybe she starts flirting with another guy, so you flirt with another girl to make her jealous. Or maybe she ghosts you, so you start playing hard to get to make her chase you. Let me be crystal clear, this never works. The moment you start retaliating emotionally, you've already lost. Why? Because you're reacting to her, and that means she's in control. You're letting her dictate your actions, and that puts her in the driver's seat. Emotional retaliation is a trap. It perpetuates a cycle of negativity, creates resentment, and ultimately damages the relationship. It's a sign of immaturity and a lack of emotional control. A Stoic man never retaliates emotionally because he knows that emotional reactions are a sign of weakness. Instead, he responds with calm indifference. If she ghosts him, he doesn't chase her or start playing games in return. He simply withdraws his attention and focuses on himself. If she tries to make him jealous, he doesn't take the bait. He stays calm and continues living his life. Let's say you're at a party with a woman you've been seeing, and she starts flirting with another guy right in front of you. Most guys would either get angry and confront her or start flirting with another girl to make her jealous. But both of these reactions come from a place of insecurity. Instead, you're going to stay calm and not engage. You don't give her the reaction she's looking for, and that drives her crazy. Why? Because you've just shown her that she doesn't have power over you. Instead of retaliating, strive to acknowledge your emotions. Recognize that you're feeling hurt, angry, or jealous, but don't let those emotions control your actions. Take a step back. Create some distance between yourself and the situation. This will give you time to process your emotions and think clearly. Focus on your values. What kind of person do you want to be? How would a Stoic man respond in this situation? Choose a rational response. Respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals, rather than reacting out of emotion. Communicate assertively. If you feel the need to address the situation, do so calmly and respectfully. Avoid accusations, name-calling, or emotional outbursts. Focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on the problem, focus on finding a solution that works for both of you. Let it go. Sometimes the best response is to simply let it go. Don't hold on to resentment or anger. Forgive her and move on. When you refuse to retaliate emotionally, you maintain control of the situation. You send a clear message. I'm not going to be manipulated by your games. And here's the beauty of it. When you don't react, the game loses its power. She'll either stop playing it or realize that you're not someone she can control. Either way, you win. 7. Communicating clearly and firmly. The art of assertive expression. Communication is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, but most people get it wrong. They either avoid tough conversations altogether or approach them with too much emotion, leading to arguments, misunderstandings, and more drama. A Stoic man knows how to communicate clearly and firmly without letting his emotions get the best of him. Clarity is key. Ambiguity and passive-aggressiveness only lead to confusion and resentment. Be direct, honest, and specific about your needs, expectations, and boundaries. This doesn't mean being confrontational or aggressive. It means expressing yourself in a way that is clear, respectful, and assertive. Avoid using vague language, sarcasm, or hinting at what you want. State your needs and expectations directly and without apology. Firmness is essential. Don't back down or compromise your boundaries just to avoid conflict. Be prepared to stand your ground and defend your values. This doesn't mean being inflexible or unwilling to compromise. It means knowing what you need and being willing to advocate for it. Say she's been acting distant or inconsistent, and it's starting to affect you. Most guys would either blow up at her or would try to suppress their feelings. But a Stoic man addresses the issue head-on without drama. He says something like, "Hey, I've noticed you've been acting differently lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'd like to know if there's something we need to talk about." Notice how you're not accusing her, you're not raising your voice, and you're not demanding answers. You're simply communicating your observation and inviting her to explain. This approach disarms her because you're not coming from a place of neediness or emotion. You're coming from a place of calm confidence, and that's incredibly attractive. To improve your communication skills, practice the following. Active listening. Pay attention to what she is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Ask clarifying questions and summarize her points to ensure you understand her perspective. I statements. Express your feelings and needs using I statements, rather than accusatory you statements. For example, say, "I feel hurt when you cancel plans at the last minute," instead of "you always cancel plans on me." Nonviolent communication. This technique involves expressing your feelings, needs, and requests in a way that is clear, honest, and respectful. Empathy. Try to understand her perspective and feelings, even if you don't agree with her. Assertiveness. Express your needs and boundaries in a way that is confident and respectful, without being aggressive or passive. When you communicate clearly and firmly, you set the tone for the relationship. You show her that you're not afraid to address issues, and you're not going to let things fester. This creates a relationship dynamic based on respect and honesty, not manipulation and mind games. This isn't about controlling her or dictating her behavior. It's about creating a space where both of you feel safe, respected, and heard. 8. Prioritizing your own well-being. The foundation of a healthy relationship. At the end of the day, the most important relationship you have isn't with her. It's with yourself. This is the fundamental truth that so many men forget, especially when they're caught up in emotional games and manipulative behavior. Your well-being is non-negotiable. It's the foundation upon which all other aspects of your life are built. If you're constantly stressed, anxious, and feeling like you're walking on eggshells, it's time to take a hard look at what you're allowing into your life. No one, man or woman, is worth sacrificing your mental peace, your self-respect, or your well-being. The moment you put someone else's needs above your own sanity, you've already lost the game. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential. It's about taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health so that you can show up as your best self in all areas of your life. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, regardless of your relationship status. Now, I'm not saying to become selfish or disregard others. This is about balance. When you prioritize your own well-being, you become more attractive, not less. Women are drawn to men who are grounded, who know their value, and who refuse to let anyone destabilize them. This doesn't just apply to relationships either. In every aspect of your life, whether it's your career, friendships, or family, you need to prioritize you. Prioritizing your well-being involves physical health, eating a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. Emotional health, practicing self-compassion, setting boundaries, and managing stress. Mental health, engaging in activities that stimulate your mind, such as reading, learning new skills, or pursuing hobbies. Spiritual health, connecting with something larger than yourself, whether it's through religion, nature, or meditation. Social health, spending time with loved ones and building meaningful connections. Imagine you're seeing a woman who constantly sends mixed signals. One minute she's all over you, the next she's distant and cold. You start questioning yourself. You start wondering what you did wrong. You might even start changing your behavior to accommodate her mood swings. Stop right there. Ask yourself, how is this affecting my mental health? If the answer is negative, you need to take action. Take a step back, withdraw your energy, and refocus on what makes you feel good, whether that's hitting the gym, working on your side hustle, or spending time with friends who truly have your back. You owe it to yourself to protect your peace at all costs. This isn't about neglecting the relationship or ignoring her needs. It's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You must take care of yourself first so that you can show up as a healthy, balanced partner. And here's the kicker. The moment you stop prioritizing her and start prioritizing yourself, two things will happen. Either she'll recognize your value and start respecting you more, or she'll leave because she can no longer control you. Either way, you win. You've either cut loose someone who doesn't respect you, or you've gained the upper hand in the relationship by showing that you're not easily swayed. When you show that your peace of mind is non-negotiable, you instantly become more desirable and respected. So the next time you feel your peace being threatened by someone else's erratic behavior, ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing my well-being for? If the answer is no, then it's time to recalibrate and get back to what truly matters. You. 9. Practicing patience, the virtue of enduring strength. Patience is the most powerful tool in your arsenal when it comes to handling women who play games. I get it. You want results now. You want clarity now. You want to know where you stand right this second. But here's the thing. Women often test your patience to see if you can handle the uncertainty. Impatience is a sign of neediness and insecurity. It signals that you are desperate for her attention and validation. This could be a major turnoff for women. Patience demonstrates self-control, confidence, and emotional maturity. It shows that you are not easily rattled, that you are comfortable with uncertainty, and that you have faith in the process. It's about trusting that things will unfold in their own time. In a world where everyone is glued to their phones, waiting for that instant reply, the man who practices patience stands out. He's rare. He's valuable. He's the one who doesn't crack under pressure. If she doesn't text you back within 5 minutes, you don't freak out. If she cancels plans last minute, you don't lose your temper. You let things unfold naturally, and you stay composed. Women will test your patience, period. They'll take hours to respond to a text. They'll go silent for days just to see if you'll panic and chase them. And guess what? Most guys fall for it. They start double texting, asking if something is wrong, and trying to fix the situation. But you're different. You practice patience like a master. Instead of reacting, do nothing. That's right, nothing. Let her come to you. Give her the time and space to reach out when she's ready. Trust me, she will notice that you didn't fall for her game. She'll start wondering why you're not chasing her. And that, my friend, is when the power shifts in your favor. To cultivate patience, consider the following. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment and let go of your expectations for the future. Challenge your thoughts. When you feel impatient, challenge the thoughts that are fueling your frustration. Are they realistic? Are they helpful? Reframe your perspective. Can you view the situation from a different angle? Is there a lesson to be learned? Focus on your goals. Remind yourself of your long-term goals and how your current actions are contributing to them. Engage in activities that require patience. Gardening, fishing, or knitting can help you develop your patience skills. Accept what you cannot control. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, feelings, and behavior, and accept what you cannot, her actions and opinions. Why is patience so powerful? Because it shows that you're not desperate for her validation. It shows that you're not emotionally fragile. It shows that you have your own life, your own priorities, and that you're not going to drop everything just because she decided to pull back. This makes you a challenge, and women love challenges. Patience is not just about waiting for her to text back or commit. It's about delaying gratification in all aspects of your life. When you learn to practice patience, you stop chasing after things that don't serve you in the long run. You stop reacting emotionally to every little thing. You stop getting caught up in the roller coaster of emotions that so many men fall victim to. A Stoic man knows that good things take time. He's not in a rush. He's not desperate. He's playing the long game, and the long game always wins. 10. Choosing when to walk away. The ultimate power move. There's a saying that goes, the most powerful position is to be able to walk away and mean it. Knowing when to walk away is the ultimate power move. It's the nuclear option. It's the trump card that most men are too afraid to play. But when you play it, you instantly gain the upper hand. Walking away doesn't mean giving up or admitting defeat. It means recognizing that you deserve better and refusing to settle for less. It means valuing yourself enough to walk away from a situation that is harmful, disrespectful, or simply not aligned with your values. Not every woman is worth your time or energy. If she's playing games, stringing you along, disrespecting your time, or treating you like an option, you need to be prepared to walk away, not in a petty, dramatic way, but with calm, quiet confidence. Here's the key. When you walk away, you're showing her that you don't need her validation. You're showing her that you have options. You're showing her that your self-respect is more important than her approval. And here's the kicker. Most of the time, when you walk away, she'll chase you. Why? Because walking away is the ultimate act of self-respect, and women are drawn to men who respect themselves. But let's be clear, walking away isn't a tactic to manipulate her into chasing you. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less. When you walk away, you're saying, I'm not going to play this game anymore. If you want to be in my life, great, but if not, I'm perfectly fine without you. Walking away is not about revenge or punishment. It's about protecting your well-being and creating a life that is aligned with your values. It's about recognizing that you deserve to be with someone who values you, respects you, and treats you with kindness and consideration. If she's constantly flaking on plans, texting other guys, or disrespecting you in any way, you simply say, look, I'm not interested in being part of this back and forth. If you're serious about us, let me know. If not, I'm moving on. No anger, no frustration, no drama, just calm, collected confidence. And then you walk away. You don't send a follow-up text. You don't check her Instagram stories. You focus on yourself, your goals, and your well-being. To cultivate the ability to walk away, consider the following. Know your worth. Understand your value as a person and what you deserve in a relationship. Set clear boundaries. Define what you are and are not willing to accept in a relationship. Trust your intuition. If something feels off, listen to your gut instinct. Be prepared to let go. Accept that not every relationship is meant to last. Focus on your own happiness. Prioritize your well-being and create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful, regardless of your relationship status. Remember your options. Remind yourself that you have other options and that you are not dependent on this particular relationship. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding to yourself, even when you make mistakes. And here's the harsh truth. Sometimes walking away means walking away for good. There will be times when she doesn't chase you, when she doesn't come back, and that's okay. Because by walking away, you've already won. You've maintained your dignity, your self-respect, and your peace of mind, and trust me, those are far more valuable than any fleeting relationship. Why is this so powerful? Because most men are afraid to walk away. They're afraid of losing her. They're afraid of being alone. But when you walk away, you're saying, I'm not afraid. I know my worth, and I'm not settling for less. That kind of confidence is rare, and it's magnetic. And here's the best part. When you walk away, you free yourself from the emotional games. You take back control of your life. You stop letting someone else dictate your happiness or self-worth. And that, my friend, is true power. This isn't about being heartless or insensitive. It's about recognizing that you cannot force someone to value you, respect you, or treat you with kindness. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is to walk away and create space for both of you to grow. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, self-respect, and a commitment to your own well-being. It's about recognizing that you deserve better and having the courage to create a life that is aligned with your values. The journey to self-mastery is a lifelong pursuit, but it is a journey that is well worth taking. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, cultivating emotional intelligence, and prioritizing your well-being, you can transform your relationships, your life, and yourself. This knowledge is meant to be shared. Let's create a community of men who refuse to be manipulated and who take control of their lives. Share these insights with your friends, your family, and anyone who might benefit from them. Engage in open and honest conversations about these topics. Challenge each other to grow and improve. By working together, we can create a culture of emotional intelligence, self-respect, and genuine connection.